Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for PIK Presents Live from the Knitting Wars. I'm Deplorable Knitter. We have the absolutely wonderful Ann Pinkova. And as a special treat, we have Jen from Lil Ragamuffin. Hey guys.
How's it going?
Hello. Hey. So, what's new? What are we going to talk about today? Ann, wait, before we go, do you have your cowl?
I do.
Because people have been asking about the cowl in the comments of our last video. So, okay. Let's talk about it quick before we get going.
Yeah, before we talk about Jen and all the stuff that...
Yeah, Jen's got a story to tell from what I heard or something.
So. Got a lot to catch up on since last time we saw Jen. It's been a while.
A long while, yeah.
Yeah, but life has been lifing, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Life always lives, so there's that.
Yeah. So... Oh, and I do want to test knit for you. You texted me that, and I didn't ever respond. But hey, I'll test knit for you.
Awesome. Anyways, I have the finished cowl. Here, let me... What? Oh, hi. Here, let me put it on without, like, mussing my lipstick. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I really like it, too. Yeah, it's got some good space cowboy vibe to it, which, you know, I'm a big fan of. But yeah, it is pretty simple pattern. Here.
Cool.
And yeah, the problem is that I did it in hand spun yarn, so I have no idea the yardage, but if we're very, very lucky and, you know, everything comes out all right, it should be about a single skein of DK-ish.
Oh, good.
We'll see. It should be pretty close in there, even though I did it in two colors.
Yeah, so I was thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, knowing Ann, it's gonna be some stupid weight of yarn I don't want to use. But I'm with you. I can do a DK. I have the perfect yarn for it.
Hey.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'll show you guys what I.
Yes.
So so my daughter does crocheting, and I also talk with my hands. I'm sorry. No, she does crocheting, and she's been weighing her skeins before and then after her projects to keep track of how much. Is that like a great way to do things if you're keeping track, or is it like yardage?
It is. And
for pricing, she's selling her stuff.
Sure, definitely. But okay, if I were to buy a skein of yarn, it would normally say this many yards, this many grams. So you can do the math between yards and grams of how much you used. Okay. Because this was hand spun yarn, it's a different fiber content, and I didn't weigh it at the beginning. And even if I did, I didn't have an exact yardage anyways. So all of the math points just kind of fall apart. So I have heard people say that you can get like fishing line.
Did you go somewhere?
I'm sorry. She's frozen.
She does that sometimes. So while she's gone, I don't know what she's going to say about fishing line, but look at this yarn that I've got. Ooh. That I was thinking would be cute in that because it's pretty. And I got it from Whimsical Wood Yarn. She's the one who does the stuff where it's like, there's a lot of curse words in the names of her colorways, but it's fun and pretty. And I bet you that would be a great, because it would be like chill enough because it's mostly gray, but then it would have the pops of color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you would see it as it went, because here, one second, I did actually start another one, and I also have a matching hat. So I'm like pretty jazzed about this project. But because I have it on our PIK colorway, so you can see that it kind of pulls back and forth a bit.
Yeah, I like that.
If you make it. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this. Yeah. Like I bought it because I was like, oh, it's so pretty, and then you buy it and then you're like, okay, so now what am I going to do with this? But, can you finish the story about the fishing line? I don't know what.
Yes.
You said. I heard you can take some fishing line, and that's all we heard. So I don't know where you're going.
There's a tool for measuring fishing line. Like if you say I want so many yards of fishing line wound on, you run it through this tool, and it's much cheaper if you wanted an exact yardage for yarn. You can run it through that, and that's a cheaper device to get than some other commercially sold, yarn yardage things.
Yeah, And I've seen things where like you wrap it around and you can figure out how many wraps you get in an inch, and that tells you how, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like all mystical woo woo nonsense. I have no idea how they
It's
do
math.
it. So.
It's math. I don't know.
And magic. So, oh,
Math
she's
and
gone again.
magic.
Somehow it
But
happens. We don't know how, but it does.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Amy, sorry that you couldn't come. I hope your head feels better. And we'll forgive you for bailing today, maybe. Um, and I think we're going to have to do our best with Anne. Her internet likes to do this. I think everybody gets home from work and they all get on the internet, and then they're like, none for you, Anne. We're using it.
Yeah, screw me in particular. So that's fine.
But cool. Hey, I finished my sweater and my baby hat that I was making. They were super cute. I'm gonna put a picture on Instagram because I already gifted them, so I can't like hold them up and show you guys. But they
Like,
turned out real
hey.
cute. So
That's awesome.
I put
I'm so
little, I
jealous
put
of
little
you
bear
guys.
ears
You're so
on the
talented.
hat. Oh, well, you can do something that we can't do. So I mean, it's all relative.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
I mean,
well, like
I
was
can
saying,
sew under duress. So
that's what I've been doing lately. No, I'm kidding. No.
well, the viewers know, but I used to make wedding gowns. Okay, so
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh.
sew anymore because
Because you used to make wedding gowns.
Yeah, exactly.
That's stressful.
And brides are horrible, horrible people. So.
That's where the stressful comes in.
And their mothers, dude, we had a bridal shop, and the joke, because my mom owned the shop and I worked with her, and it was upstairs, and the joke was that at the top of the stairs we needed to have a trap door to send the mother or the mother-in-law down, because they were worse than the brides most of the time.
Oh my gosh.
They would make you crazy. So anyway.
That's awesome.
But yes, so what have you been sewing? What's been going on?
I've been doing these upcycle things. I'm kind of trying to do like repurposed thrifted finds right now. I haven't done any sewing patterns of my own in a long time. We won't talk about the tragic end to my business because that's not what we're focusing on here. However, there is a new beginning on the horizon,
Cool.
which is why I'm here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you'll come another time, even if you don't have more news, because you know, it's fun. It's fun catching up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But what's the new?
Okay.
What you got?
So I was involved in a sewing expo called So Magical, and I've been helping them and being involved with them since they started, like 6 years ago, and just from a distance, mostly sending fabric for raffles and sponsoring like the runway show with banners and just gifts and things like that. Last year, I went to Texas to teach a couple classes, and I had a blast, and it was amazing. So this year, I signed up to teach in Nashville. This show has been scheduled since last year. They have been taking money from attendees for tickets. They had been taking money for class signups from vendors, all the things. I know the owner, and there's nothing, I don't want to be negative on her or say anything bad about her because she has her own things going on and we don't know what's going on with people and all that, but the show was abruptly canceled. And when it was canceled, lots of people are not getting refunded. So people have travel expenses, hotels, airfare. I have an Airbnb I can't cancel. So since that happened, that was last week, I kind of decided, anybody want to go that still has travel plans, let me know. And we'll figure something out. I'll try to get a bigger Airbnb or, do something else. And we can have some classes and do some fun stuff. There was an overwhelming amount of people that came out and said, hey, we can't cancel our plans. We're going to either lose money or we have to go. So now I'm coordinating my own expo show. It's next month. So it's like 4 weeks out. And we need vendors. I have like 2 more vendor spots and I have like 6 more teaching spots. It's not just for sewing. So that's why I was like, hey guys, can I come on your show? Because you're all fancy and knitting and doing all the wonderful art things that you do. So if anybody in your community wants to hop on board.
Cool. So what are the dates?
Oh yeah. So it's August 30th through September 1st. We have an early check-in and setup day on the 29th. It is in Nashville, Tennessee. And we have it's at the Holiday Inn near Opryland or in Opryland or something. So all that information is on my new Facebook page. It's called The Social Club. And you can find the event page there. And the tickets are free or by donation. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to plug. So you got any questions? I'm here.
So, from this story, I'm going to say, hey, if you can make it, probably give the girl a donation because it sounds like
Yeah,
a lot of people are out a lot of money. So,
yes.
Here.
The idea is to
Wow.
help the teachers and the vendors, as well as the attendees, because they paid for a weekend. They paid for 3 days of super fun crafting and sewing. You know what I mean? So, like, if I can arrange something so that they can get a quarter of what they paid for free or at very low cost, like that's kind of my goal. This is all coming out of my pocket to start, so those donations are very much appreciated. And the teachers are all doing what they can to offer classes for very low or free costs as well.
Wow. So
it's crazy.
Do we know why it got canceled? Was there any news about like?
I don't have hard truth news, so I'm not going to say anything.
No,
canceled,
that's fine.
Yeah. No, it's canceled. It's gone. They want to do a virtual event. So they want to change it from in-person to virtual, and it's not a COVID thing. It's not a weird thing like that. So it's like, it doesn't translate. So we're just moving forward. I'm not here to talk about that stuff. It's just, no, I know. It's cool.
I wasn't looking for gossip. I was just curious.
No,
like, because
I was looking for gossip.
I know.
Not gonna lie. No, we're all good.
No, but it's just because it's so close to the event and stuff.
Yeah, like a week before. Okay, so we're going back last week, a week before that, so 2 weeks ago. We have a vendor group on Facebook, or a teacher group, and I did ask when the teacher roster was going to be updated with students, because we're all trying to prepare kits. Luckily, I'm a last minute gal, and this was my week. I took this whole week off of my work so I could prepare kits to go. And I didn't do anything yet, so I'm okay in that way. But lots of other people did not. They were already prepping because they do like handbags and stuff, so it's a little different. They're just making kits, and it's all like cookie cutter stuff. Mine are per size because it's apparel, so it's a lot. Like, I'm not just going to make a size medium, if nobody's going to sign up for medium. But so I asked when it was going to be updated. She said, oh, it'll be updated very soon, like next couple days. And also you can make extra kits and bring extra kits to sell in person at the event. So some of the people actually did that. And a week later she canceled. So that's how fast and crazy this is moving. Yeah, we found somebody reached out to me, and I was looking for YMCAs and just like anywhere to host classes. And a wonderful woman reached out to me and was like, hey, I found you a venue. Just like, she just did it for me. And I was like, you are amazing. So she's helping. And then it's just growing. If anybody's in the Nashville area, you'll probably know Smart Art Crafts and Supplies. They are a huge thrift supply craft store, like thrift style. And they are a nonprofit, and they're also our sponsor now too.
That's very cool. That's very, very cool. Kat's asking, where can we make donations, please? Do you have a spot where people can go?
Yeah, so you can go to the Eventbrite. If you go to the Facebook page, the Social Club Facebook page, and you go to the event on there, there's the ticketing. So under the ticketing, it'll ask you if you want a free ticket or ticket by donation. If you'd like to donate, you can do that. There it is. Thank you.
Okay, that's proper. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's social, like sewing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Amy.
Yeah, so you can do a donation there, and the ticket, I mean, I don't know if there's a spot to say I'm not going, I just want to donate, or if you just do want to come and donate. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'll take your money. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, it sounds like, here I am, I'm thinking, well, Nashville isn't that far away. What is this?
Where are you at?
Oh, okay. Oh, Amy's helping here. Sorry, don't add me. Okay, I won't add you. Sorry, Amy. I'm in New York, so I'm like, well, Nashville's not that far away, but I don't think I could get my life together by the end of August to like.
Yeah.
And it's a weekend. I have a weekend job, so it's like.
It's also Labor Day weekend.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, but this is something everybody's put, like everybody, when I say everybody, the SME is what we say for So Magical Expo. We've all been banking on this weekend. So, so for us, it's like not only a weekend, it's also Labor Day weekend. We've put our plans in on, and so it is kind of, we do have discounted rooms though, if you wanted to come.
Cool.
Holiday Inn has offered us discounted room block of rooms. So it's good.
Very cool. Let's see. Sorry, can you drop that next link in the comments too, Anne?
Oh, I will.
Amy's feeding us links through the chat just so that you guys know.
Thank you, Amy. I can't see anything that's going on YouTube, so.
Yeah, no. And she said, I forgot I'm not a mod everywhere. I think we should make her a mod for days that she's just chilling with us.
I think so.
So she can help do the stuff so that we're not doing it or trying to. But thank you.
Amy's good at her job, even when it's not her job.
Yeah.
Skills.
Well, that's why it pays to have friends, right? Like, it works out. So you have pulled this together in about a week?
Yeah. Well,
how? I mean,
okay.
It sounds like you have help and stuff, but amazing.
We'll see how pulled together it is when we get out to Nashville, but yeah, no, it's God, I swear. Like, it's just everything is coming out of the woodworks, and it's amazing. I do have a background in event coordinating. Like 12 plus years ago, when my oldest was in elementary school, I started with them, and I was on the PTA doing volunteer coordinating, and then I was like, let's do fundraising stuff. You guys don't have a lot of fundraising, so I started coordinating craft shows and things because I like craft shows, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was more like, I want a free space, so I'll create an event so I can sell my stuff. But
right.
Other schools,
like, I want this for me.
Yeah.
So you all get to enjoy. Yeah.
I did that for my kids' school too before I started homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'll put on a craft show for you guys. It was actually really fabulous.
Yeah.
We had a food truck that ran out of food because so many people came. I was like stoked. I was like, I did not expect it. So
so that's what happened there. Like, we started with her school, and then I did a couple other elementary schools, and then there was a couple churches, and then taekwondo studio. And so I just was doing that for like 3 years. Food trucks are great. They help, they give back. There's things. So this isn't out of my wheelhouse. It's just been a really long time.
And then you have the added difficulties of not being in Nashville because you're in Vegas, right?
Yeah, in Las Vegas.
Okay. So yeah.
Never been to Nashville.
Like, I've never even been to this town. Hope it's great.
Yeah, that was one of the things I put out. I was like, if anybody's local, like, could you help me? And then the one lady was like, hey, I have a spot for you. Here's this. And then the Smart Art supply place, they jumped in, and it's just like the love that's coming and the help is just amazing. I absolutely adore helpful, loving people. Positive vibes. It's great. They help.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there it is.
I didn't mean to do that, but hey, there's the link. Yeah. I was trying to pin it so that it would stay at the top of everybody, but that's all right. If you go see Jen, they have several good yarn shops. So that's what Amy says, that apparently Nashville's got some good yarn. So.
Oh, awesome. See, that's what I have 6 more spots, and I could do probably shorter classes. The classes that I have right now are booked out for 3 hours each. I just did, because keep it simple. I don't have time to mess around with. You want 45 minutes, you want 2 hours, and make it, that kind of schedule. So everybody gets 3 hours for their class. But I have 6 blocks left that aren't filled. We can duplicate, like I can do another sewing class. I can repeat. There's another teacher that's like, I'll repeat my class. But if we could get some knitting going on, I would actually like to take a class. So if anybody wants to come teach, come on and hook me up with these yarn people.
Oh, here's Bliss Yarns and House of Yarn. So, I mean, maybe you can talk to them at least.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, thanks, guys. See, this is why we love our community, because like, I don't know anything about Nashville, but somebody around here is bound to know something, which is cool. It's like, man, I'm still impressed. I'm gonna sit here and think about you putting together a craft show in a week in a different city. Took me a
Carrie
long
doesn't
time.
call you the sewing world's William Wallace for nothing.
That's right. Like it's either going to be amazing or I'm going to be sitting there by myself, which is fine too. Either way, I'm going to Nashville. So.
Well, I mean, you're not going to be sitting there by yourself because you verified the other people were going to go too, right?
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
When it comes to the like, either we go or we lose our money. I mean, you might as well go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we did sell, I think, 5 rooms. I checked this morning. We have 20 rooms. She asked how many we wanted. I said, let's start with 20. So out of that, we've gotten 5 sold, and there's only 2 queen bedrooms left at the hotel. So if anybody needs to bunk up or share, there is also a list or a post on the Facebook page for room buddies and carpools, and you can coordinate with each other on there. Otherwise, you're stuck with a king size bed, which is fine. But if you're coming with like a couple girlfriends, you're all in a king size bed together.
Yeah. So that's the link to her Facebook in case anybody needs to check it out. But and then Amy, you should just come on today. She said go downtown and see the fake Parthenon. It's so cool. I didn't know that there was one in Nashville.
What? Is she in Amy, are you in Nashville? Where are you?
No, she's in Louisiana, but apparently she spent some time there. So
oh, okay. Yeah, you should come then. Come and show me around. You can do tours.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would go see Amy from Two Sisters in some Yarn. That's worth the price of admission right there. So never mind the admission's free, whatever. I would go see Amy if I could.
Oh, that's so funny.
And if you're in the Parthenon, they have an art gallery in their basement, so you need to do that too.
What is the Parthenon? I want to go see this.
I don't know. Nashville sounds weird.
It is weird. You know what I did find though, because I pulled up Google Map and I'm like looking around the hotel and see what else is there in between us and Smart Art and Cooter's Garage. So Dukes of Hazzard people, good old boy. It's literally the Dukes of Hazzard Museum is a 2-minute walk from the hotel.
I mean,
so
there you go.
We will be teaching the good old boy. That will be a pattern that we will be teaching in Nashville. So y'all come out and make some Western.
Isn't that the pattern that got you canceled?
That is the one. That's it. Yeah.
Yay! Go get canceled with Jen the weekend of Labor Day. And apparently there's also Bass Pro Pyramid that you can go to.
What?
I mean,
have you guys not seen pictures of the Bass Pro Pyramid?
No.
It's not like a pyramid. It is a massive, like, can see from space pyramid that's a Bass Pro shop.
The Bass Pro is the pyramid?
The Bass Pro is a giant glass pyramid.
That's weird.
It is real weird. I was going to say, I think you live in Las Vegas. You should be used to seeing these weird things, but you're not expecting them in Nashville, are you?
No.
Like, you walk down the street and there's like a Eiffel Tower or whatever the hell they got there and whatever, but you don't expect that, I guess, there.
I'm excited. My Airbnb is a block off of Music Row. So,
that's so awesome. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, I was just going to be happy to kind of go anyways and just be like, well, I guess I'm going to bum around a cool city and see what happens. But then I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, okay, I was supposed to teach and that was supposed to be income to pay for the whole trip and then go home with money.
Right.
So it's like I'm already in the hole for that. So might as well go big and go in the hole deeper.
Yeah.
see if we can pull this thing off.
See what you can do. And about you teaching your good old boy shirt, Amy says life comes full circle. So there you go. Like, who would have thought?
I know. I was like, no way. And it's a free museum, so anybody can just go in there. They don't charge.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's just talking in the comments about like, hey, Nashville's cool, whatever. So
it's gonna be even cooler the last weekend in August. I'll tell you that.
There's gonna be some cool people there.
It's gonna
Everyone
be so
should
cool.
go.
So cool.
Oh my gosh. So you've been upcycling? Is that what you said you've been working on?
Yeah. So I just started like trying to figure out. Well, I've been working because of my situation / opportunity this last year has prevented me from sewing for a very long time. So getting back to it was very important. And also I don't know. I just wanted to like make really cool, funky things instead of sewing patterns. I don't want to sit on the computer. I would rather go outside and climb a tree. So, so I'm like, what can I do? And these upcycle shirts are really fun. I'm taking flannels and I'm bleaching them out in bleach patterns, and then getting super cool shirt. Well, what I think is super cool, using the fronts of those or whatever on the backs of the shirts. And then I'm doing bell bottoms, recycled jeans, that kind of stuff. So it's just really funky, hippie stuff.
Cool.
Hippie stuff, yeah.
Hippie stuff is fun.
I saw that you've been doing like a Rocky series.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, so I hooked up with this. I became friends with. I shouldn't say hooked up with because I don't know him, and nothing ever happened in that manner. It was a weird.
I disavow.
Yeah, just like ignore that. So I met this artist on Instagram, and he does Rocky stuff. He did Rocky stuff. He does everything else too, like whatever. He does a speed painting all the time, and he's really cool. Like, just his art's amazing. But I saw his Rocky art, which was comic books. I actually have it right here. Let me see. So it's these comic book covers.
I'm gonna make you big. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go. And so each one of these is one of his pieces of art that he put up on Instagram, and I saw it and I thought they were real comic book covers. And I was like, I want a Rocky comic book because I'm a huge Rocky fan. And he's like, well, they're not real. It's just the artwork that I created. And I was like, well, okay, next step, can I have it and print it on fabric? And he said, sure. So we worked out, our agreement. And I just closed it, but it's still open. I haven't officially closed it. I think it's still open on my Etsy shop. But I was taking pre-orders for the fabric, all different bases and stuff like that. So we have a linear. I think that was what I just showed you, and then there's different sizes. This is a small scale, but this is a tossed one. And so so the
wait, hold it up again.
Oh, shoot.
Hold it up again. I made you big.
This is a small scale. We have small, medium, and large of this. This is a tossed, and also in the linear, which is just straight lines of it, and the panels. Cool. So that's really fun. So that's why you've been seeing all the Rocky stuff, and I'm also a big Rocky nerd, so I love that. We're doing, going back to the social club. I'm all over the place. There's so much in my head right now. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm very scattered.
It's good. It's all right.
So the social club originally started because I wanted to go to the Rocky. I wanted to go to Philadelphia and do this Rocky run. So I'm like, it's in November 9th, and it's a 5K. So I'm like, well, I'm going to go there. Might as well make a weekend out of it. Anybody want to come and sew with me? I'll get an Airbnb, and we'll just have like 12 people max, come out, and we'll do like a sewing retreat.
Does the Rocky end with running up those stairs?
Yeah.
Because that would
you
murder
have
me
to.
dead. I mean, I know that you have to, but also like I'd just fall over and it would be all over.
You have to take them at least 2 at a time. Otherwise you will kill yourself, because they are very short steps. So unless you're like long striding up, you're just like step, and then your calves hurt and it's no good. So you got to do like long strides.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I saw the 5K when I was trying to promote the fabric. I was just looking for anything Rocky, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. Oh, I want to do that. And I don't run. So I just started running too. Started training. So we're doing that. So we have a weekend retreat, November 8th through 10th, and the 9th being the Rocky run. So if you come out to the retreat and hang out with me there, we're going to do the athletic wear the whole weekend. We're sewing all things for, running or sports bras, that kind of thing. And then Saturday is the run. So it's a costumed event too. People do show up in Rocky costumes of all kinds. And I've seen
amazing.
pictures. It's amazing. It would be worth going just to see that.
Yeah, I'm trying to like remember. I know I saw Rocky, I don't know, when I was a kid. Like when did those come out? The 80s, the 90s?
Yeah,
Like I must have been younger, so I don't remember much about it.
it's
I do
okay.
remember him running up the stairs though. But like what kind of costumes would you wear? Do you
So
have to dress up like Rocky? Like you're gonna have the
you
shorts on?
can, you can do Rocky. You can be Rocky. There's all different ways to be Rocky. He's got
Okay.
lots of looks throughout all the movies. But some people, I've seen pictures of people dressed up like the turtle. He has pet turtles, Cuff and Link. So you'll have a couple that comes and they'll dress up as turtles. Um,
Okay.
there's a ball. He has this racquetball type ball that he bounces when he's walking down the street. People have come in this huge ball costume and have run the 5K in that
That
contraption.
sounds horrible.
It does, but it's so fun and everybody seems so awesome. So, I mean, Mickey, I've seen like little tiny kids dressed up as Mickey. He's the old man, his trainer. So it's just kind of funny to see a little kid dressed like an old man anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
so
uh-huh.
so I started the social clubs. Get off track again, talking about Rocky. I could do it all day.
Hey, again, you can totally talk about Rocky all day. Also, and not to distract,
You're gone again, Ann.
but okay, like swing athletic wear.
You're both gone. I lost you both.
I was muted. I'm sorry. My kid was asking me a question.
That's okay. Ann was talking, and then you were muted, and I'm like sitting here like I don't know what's happening.
That's when you just talk. Like sometimes it happens and I'm just alone and I'll be like, so, um,
I was gonna, but then I'm like, I don't know if you guys are doing stuff, and then I'm gonna be audio over you. So I was trying.
no, I apologize.
No, you're good.
It's been a very long day in this house. And normally I would tell my kid to go away, but I didn't. Because I thought Anne was talking to you for a second.
She was,
So,
and now she's gone.
yeah. But somebody's saying that he was wearing sweats and a knit cap. And if you need a knit cap, you know, I'll be happy to send you one.
Who
So,
said that? Somebody in the chat or you?
well, I will personally send you a knit hat if you need one. But Sherry said sweats and a knit cap is, you know, one of the looks.
Yeah, and his
So,
sweats. If you watch the movie, they are so
okay.
disgustingly gross and trashy looking. So there's like a
Mhm.
whole story behind that. I'm also a fan of. It's called the Rocky Files podcast.
Okay.
And no joke, it's legit. So, and I just went on a Rocky tour with one of the hosts, who's also a Rocky impersonator, and it was
Okay.
amazing. The Yo Philly Film Tour. I'm just gonna shout out Yo Philly Film Tour. Do it if you're in Philadelphia or traveling there. It's amazing. Mike is the best, and we had a good time. So
Your life
anyway,
sounds wild.
right now it is wild right now. Like it is just
Like
off the
awesome
charts.
wild, not like, you know, crazy. Just
No, it's
like
both.
you're like,
But
oh, I'm just gonna totally like do this Rocky thing and I'm gonna just oh yeah, I'm just gonna whatever.
yeah, whenever I have time, I'm like, let's go do something. So where was I going?
Oh,
I can't stay on train of
you were
thought.
talking about how gross his sweats are
Oh
in the
yeah,
podcast and the story and the guy. Okay.
the sweats. So the sweats. So he something about like for that scene they couldn't find the sweats or something. So he called his brother and he's like, "Hey, I have these sweats." And he was like however many hours out from wherever they were filming. He's like, "Can you get these sweats? They're like from junior high or something that he wore. And they were in a box under his bed or some crazy thing." So his brother drives him out on location, which was they were like guerrilla filming. So they didn't have permits. They were just filming and then taking off real
Okay.
quick, you know, like we're not allowed to do
Yeah, yeah.
this, but we're gonna do it anyway. And so he came with these sweats and they were like 10, 20 years old. I don't know, freaking old. And they were just disgusting. And he just put them on like right there. And just, that's what he used. So that was cause he did, everything was thrifted. So if
Mhm.
his leather jacket and everything, that was very low budget, everything was thrifted. And he just needed these sweats. And I don't know, I guess that's where they came from. It's just a fun story.
That is
So
a fun story.
if you're gonna be him, make sure you don't wear nice new brand new gray sweats because
Yeah.
We'll call you out
No,
on it.
Not right.
run them over with your car a few times before you go.
Yeah, let your dog chew on it.
But like I said, if you're gonna dress up as them, I'll send you a beanie. So you'll be good. You might need a beanie anyway when you're in Philly because holy moly, you're gonna be cold.
So like I don't wear hats because I feel like I have a weird small head, and then if I put a hat on, it just like shrinks my head even more.
You need one of them slouchy ones that's got like the volume, you know,
Yeah,
that
maybe,
you wear
maybe.
like to the back. They look I have a giant head, right? My head is bigger than my husband's. And so like it's so bad. I cannot wear slouchy hats. They make my head look ginormous. So it's all relative.
That's so funny.
But yeah, the whole Rocky thing. Like I knew that people like would go there and run the steps and do the thing, but I'm gonna have to go back and watch them now. My husband will be thrilled because I'm sure that
You
he'll
should.
want to.
It's not a
watch 'em.
boxing movie. It's a love story. It's an overcome underdog story that also includes boxing. Like that's like
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a boxing movie, but also who doesn't love a boxing movie? There's a lot of other stuff involved too, but also
Yeah.
I don't think you were here
two
when I said it,
dudes
Ann, but
just beat the crud out of each other, and then you can sit there and go, I hope he'll make it. Rocky's gonna make it. Spoiler.
I mean
Actually, though,
obviously.
he doesn't win all the time, which is the best part because it's not
That's
about
true.
winning. It's about going the distance. It's about standing there toe to toe. I'm quoting the movie now because you haven't seen it. Yeah, and just being there at the end and saying, you know, I can do this, and that's why I love it so much. It's like that whole, it's a perseverance message. Like you can get through anything if you have the heart, you know, and if you're willing to put in the work and effort.
Okay.
And that's that movie in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's a very optimistic, very skin in your teeth, very raw America film series.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
got all the great ups and downs. Like you get to the top, you are the champion, and then boom, life knocks you back down. You're back where you started. You're back in Philadelphia, and basically that same place you lived in, you know. And you got to work your way back up to the top again. And it's just back and forth. That's life, you know. And if your life's not like that, then good for you.
You have to
But-
beat the commies, and then you have to be gracious about it.
That's
Even
Rocky
though,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's cool. I haven't seen them in 30 years, 25 years. It's been a really long time, however long it's been. So I don't, you could quote it to me all day. I'll never know.
Yeah, I figured that's why I was like, I'm quoting this, by the way. Just so you
Doesn't
know.
bother
No.
me. It's fine.
Just be motivational
My-
right now.
My kids are totally used to it. They're just like, Mom, stop. Like, they're like, oh, dinner. I'm like, it's edible. Like, that's one of the lines from Rocky Balboa. He's like, it's all edible. So I just say like random stuff all the time, and they're just like, oh.
I mean, isn't that part of the job of a parent, though, is to just torture your kids randomly throughout the day?
Yeah. If they're not
Like-
shaking your head at you, then there's
Yeah.
something wrong.
See, mine are still small enough, though, that they like still think I'm cool. So I'm going to milk that for a little longer. Then once they think I'm a nerd, I'm going to really embrace it. It's going to be great.
Yep.
So, oh my goodness. So you're going to the Rocky thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What other,
and-
what? Oh, yeah.
sorry, because I was rudely interrupted by my internet that hates me. So about how so you are sewing sportswear, which kind of
Yeah.
strikes me as being something that's uncommon, but maybe it's not. I don't know.
Like leggings. Leggings are they're very basic, very simple. It's a great beginner project for getting into apparel.
Right.
And they're just easy and fun. So we're gonna do leggings and then a circle skirt with shorts, which are basically leggings but in shorts, you know.
Right.
And you add the skirt on for a running skirt.
Sure.
That kind of stuff is very easy. The sports bra is a little bit more difficult, but it's not out of the realm of possible for a beginner. And especially if you're stuck in a house with me for 3 days, you're gonna learn how to do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna let you leave until you sew. They'll lock you in the basement
Until you sew your own sports bra.
Yeah. So that's where the idea for the social club kind of started. We had one event here at my house a week before Saturday, and it was just me and like 3 other women. We were all sewing together, and I'm like, okay, cool. We're gonna we're going to go forward with this thing. We like each other. I'm going to make more events. So I did an Austin. I have an Austin event listed too. And then, so we did the one event, very first one, 4 people. And then flash forward a week is when SME cancels. And now I'm like full blown into the expo scene. So it's like,
You're like, actually, I am the queen of this hill.
This is going to happen, and it's happening fast.
That's so awesome.
I mean, I guess if you're going to do it, like, just do it, right? Like, why second guess or, just full steam. It'll be fine.
I don't really have an option at this point.
Yeah, you've already said it, so now you're in trouble.
It's already happening.
No, I still think it's so cool, though.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your kids are older, right?
Yeah. My oldest is 22, and then I have 15 and a 13.
Yeah. This got to help that they're kind of on the self-sufficient side.
They are.
Maybe not entirely, but you can like
mostly.
do stuff.
Except for that 22-year-old. I'm just kidding. She's definitely. She does not live here. She lives far away now. She's good.
No, that's cool. Oh man. Sorry, I had to leave and get headache pills. The storm system. We were talking about it before we got online. The storm system that's come through has done a number on my brain. It's quite tired of thinking. So I apologize if I'm not making sentences. But what else do we have going on? Do you have any more? I mean, that's a lot, but you keep every time I ask you a question, you have more. So what else? What else is there to tell us?
Okay, so the social club has 4 events on the books right now. We have Nashville is coming up first, which was the last one to be planned. The first shall be last, or the last shall be first, or whatever. Bible quote, I messed it up.
It's all right.
Yeah, so that one's coming up first and fast. And then in October, we have Austin Retreat, which is also the same weekend as Austin City Limits Festival, music festival.
Okay.
So you can
I
come
know
to the
that
house.
from PBS. That's all I
From
know about
PBS?
Austin City Limits is that they used to have the
I remember that from PBS
events
too.
televised.
Yeah, I don't remember that from PBS.
Anne was a weird kid though. She was like 10 watching this stuff and listening to Rush Limbaugh. She had a different upbringing than a lot of kids. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible. Like I still don't I feel like I am the most far removed person on the planet from politics and news. Like I should literally be on Antarctica in a bunker. That's how removed I am from society, I guess. Like in my own world. Like I said, I'd rather go climb a tree. I would rather not be online. Like I go on, I drop my posts, and then I'm like, see you later, internet.
It's just you and the sewing and Rocky. That's all you need.
That's all you need. And Jesus. And that's it.
Yeah.
We're good.
I mean, it sounds, if we could like substitute something else for Rocky, I would be like right on board with that. Could we just like have podcasts in general or something?
For me to substitute something? Besides
No.
Rocky? Wait, what?
No.
You're fine.
Oh, I get it.
I'm with you, except for the Rocky and the sewing, actually. So we need to. Never mind.
You just plug in your craft because we should all do something artsy. You should all be creative. Every single person has some sort of creativity in them. They need to express. I don't care who you are, whatever that is. So you have your creative outlet, and then you have like something you just enjoy because you enjoy it. Maybe it's inspirational. We'll put Rocky there for me. And then you need your higher power, and I got Jesus. You know, you just need that would be a reversed order. Put Jesus first, then Rocky, then sewing.
So Rocky goes above sewing.
Rocky Balboa is in the correct order.
Yeah, we got Jesus, and then Rocky's like, no, I'm just kidding. So close. It's so close.
Wow.
Yeah.
Freaking. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you guys would have like knitting instead of sewing, and then
yeah, we got Jesus. We all got Jesus up here, and then I would have to put in knitting, and then like audiobooks, like
there you go.
Or they're kind of like they're about the same because I like to do one with the other, so you know they're on the same plane. So Anne put the comment up, but Kat sent the info about your event to her people that she knows near Nashville, so that's cool.
Thank you.
Thanks,
I
Kat, for
appreciate
sharing.
that. And that's it. I mean, if you can't come, I don't expect everybody to like drop what they're doing with their lives and show up. You know what I mean? But you can share it. You can just share a button, and then if anybody finds it, they find it. When I made my first video last week, I was just telling everybody, I was like, you know what? You have plans. Don't cancel. Come, just come. And if you can't come, just share it. Like it'll just be me and one other person, and that will be totally fine. Like I'll just sit there and teach you all day. Be a super exclusive private event at the Holiday Inn. But
you and another person in the ballroom.
Yeah,
a little empty.
It's a meeting room. It's like
oh, okay.
30 by 40. It's not a huge space. But that will be that's our vendor space. We are also doing a craft swap. So I'm calling it the supply swap. So you bring in whatever craft stuff gently used or new that you have sitting around your house, and we're going to weigh it. And then we're going to give you, for every half pound of craft, whatever craft stuff it is, we give you a raffle ticket. And then you get to use that as currency. You come back later and shop, and you get a half pound of stuff for your ticket. So it's
cool.
half pound for half pound.
Wow.
And then at the end of the show on Sunday night, whatever's left over, we're just going to donate to Smart Art. They're going to get whatever we have left. That's just really a fun little exchange.
You're going about this all wrong. You need to charge up the butt for this, and then it's exclusive, and make sure you teach everyone how to not be woke. I don't know. I mean, she is teaching the good old boys pattern, which will upset, all of the wokies, so it'll be fine.
It's not about woke or not woke. Like, that's what the one thing I can't, ever since ever, I was always like, I don't care what you do. I don't care who you are. Okay, I also like the Blues Brothers, so we'll throw that out there. And, they're like, it doesn't matter what you do. We all got one thing in common, and that's you got to love each other. You know what I mean? Like, we all need someone to love. And that's a great song, and it's a great way to live your life. And I'm here to serve my community and just give back in any way I can and help support them. So I don't care if you're woke. I don't care if you come in and you hate me. You're still going to have a good time. You don't have to take my class.
No,
and I don't have to take your class. Like, you don't have to, but it's all there. It's all good.
I'm with you. I think that it would be excellent, though, if you could somehow arrange to teach people how to sew your shirt in the museum, in the garage museum. I mean, could you work that out? I mean, you're doing so much already.
No. I called them. I did call them. I did call to see if they were super busy, and if I had a group of people that wanted to come at one time, like we could all go together. If that would overwhelm them. And she's like, no, it's free. So they're just people are in there all the time.
Yeah. People
they have
are
a
just
couple
doing
of the cars. Yeah. They have a lot of photo opportunities and stuff like that in there, but I don't know. It's just such a weird coincidence. It's just such a weird thing.
Apparently there's a lot more to do in Nashville than I knew about. So I'm going to have to talk to the old man about that. Amy thinks you're the cutest because you're so sweet. So there you go.
Thank you, Anne. Or Amy. Sorry. Messing up names.
I think you're pretty cute too. I'm just gonna say.
Oh, I don't take it back. I still think you're adorable too. Thank you.
Guys.
You're all super sweet. I'm just like, I really want to put these hard labels and try to get everybody together. Yeah. Just put the labels aside and just move forward as an artist community or as like whatever. Like, we just need to come together, which is another great song for the Beatles.
So does your brain just work in movie lines and song lyrics?
Yeah.
Is that like the majority of what's happening?
Movie lyrics and song lyrics, movie quotes. There we go. Movie quotes.
Yeah.
Tombstone's another one. I got my Tombstone necklace on. Yeah.
That's another one I don't know.
Oh my gosh. You're the worst.
Apparently I need you to...
No.
I was going to say, apparently you need to tell me what I should watch, because I am, I don't watch TV, and I don't really watch movies, and I listen to audio stuff because I'm usually doing something else. So
yeah, I don't watch TV, and like all the movies and stuff I've seen like a million times. I'll usually just have them on while I'm doing other things, and that's kind of enough because I know what's happening. I can see it in my head, like play by play.
Yep.
So that's enough for me. Or like if my kids want to watch something, whatever, I'll sit and watch it with them. But like Lucy, my daughter and I have been watching Lucy again, and I'm just like cracking up. I'm like, I used to watch Lucy all the time. I swear I've seen every single episode, probably millions of times each. And right now it's like, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, I swear I've never seen it before. So it's just, you wait a minute and you go back to it and it's just beautiful.
I think the best white elephant gift I ever got, you know, you get into these exchanges and you're like, okay, yeah, whatever. But somebody threw in the first season of I Love Lucy and I watched through, like, that was amazing. Like, wow. I don't even remember what I got. Something dumb. Like I gave in the exchange. And I'm like, wow, you really rocked with that one. That was a winner.
Right.
But Amy in the chat says, Jen, top 10 movie list, which I think is a hard ask.
That's 10.
Yeah, that's really difficult.
Well, there's 6 Rocky movies, so I'll just go with that for the 6.
Don't put the Creed ones in there. I only saw the first one. It wasn't great.
Yeah, I just watched it recently, and I didn't hate the first Creed. I didn't hate it. I watched it a few years ago when it came out, or I guess it's been longer than a few, but I didn't watch the whole thing. There was other stuff going on, and I just fell off it. But this last year, I watched it again. I did enjoy it, so I'm gonna go back and, if I have time, probably watch the rest of them. But yeah, so we got Rocky. That's 6 movies. Tombstone. Shawshank Redemption, Braveheart, got to put that on there. Old Star Wars and the new ones, but not the new. And even them, they're not terrible. Guardians of the Galaxy is probably the original one. Is probably like up there, somewhere in between some of the Rockies, maybe at the tie position. That's another movie where you have this misfit bunch of people, or aliens or whatever, and they all come together to save the universe. Like, they should not be a group. They are terrible individuals that come together to make this amazing thing happen. And that's kind of what I like. I like stuff like that.
Okay. So remind me of the author's name, because what she was just describing sounds like the book series with the guy's picture on the front of it. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
we had an author on who wrote a book about a misfit group of people out to save the universe. After Moses, I couldn't think of it.
It's After Moses by Michael F. Caine, not to be confused with the actor. Caine with a K.
Yep.
Yeah, he wrote a book series, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had him on though. He was
okay.
He was very nice. But just you talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, like, clicked in my brain with what he was talking about.
This is very like space serial, like, you know, misfit crew, you know, wider conspiracy that you'll find out later, but at the beginning it's very episodic.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, it's really
fun though, because Anne and I have been married long enough now that I can say something somewhat vague, and she's like, "Oh yeah, this right here."
Exactly.
And it's awesome that it's like right next to you. It's just like, it's right here.
I know.
Well, you know.
I was reading it, you know.
You were reading it?
Yeah.
I thought you finished it. Not yet?
I haven't quite finished it yet.
You put it down. Sometimes I do that with books, and then it takes a while to get back to them. So movies are your thing then, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I've never been diagnosed, but I feel like I might be ADD or ADHD. Sitting down and just reading is super hard. The reading part's not difficult. The sitting still is difficult. So if I could listen to a book, an audiobook, or listen to the movie or something, even sitting and watching a TV show or just sitting still is like near impossible. I have to be folding clothes or doing sit-ups or something stupid. Like, I have to do
what you need to do is learn how to knit, because then you will have something to do with your hands while you're listening to these things. Why do you think we all do it?
So
I'm ADHD so bad. It got so bad the past couple of years. Like, I haven't been able to focus on like anything. It's been terrible. That's why I knit. Because I have something to do.
I think you have to learn how to take that disability, if you want to call it, and change it into a positive thing. Like, that's why I'm like, I got all these things happening. You're like, there's so much going on. I'm like, I know. Because my brain is just going all the time. And then I'm like, I have to do that. I can't not do it. I got to do it.
See, now I have the kind that all the stuff is coming on me. So what do I do? Instead of doing any of it, I will like scroll Instagram. Like I have the like avoidant. I deal with it by like pretending it doesn't exist. I had something to do for the podcast. I had something to do for my kids' school. I put it off for like 3 weeks, and one day I'm like, I just have to do this because, see, I think I'm on the opposite end when it comes to that stuff. It was no good, right, Ann? I'll talk to Ann. I'll be like, I'm so overwhelmed, but I'm sitting here not doing any of it. So there you go.
Do you have Do you work better under pressure? Do you feel like you're more creative?
Absolutely.
That's why you do that.
Yeah.
You do that. You don't know you're doing it, but you're doing it, and that's your superpower. Like, you're doing it to yourself.
But my problem is that I will like talk about whatever I need to do for like a good week or 2 weeks or however long it is, and then it'll be like, oh God, I have to do that tomorrow, and I'll be up until midnight, 2 o'clock, but it'll be done.
Yeah.
Or like when
you're processing it.
Or so like the thing where you need 2 opposing things that need to get done. So you can trick yourself by avoiding one and then doing the other and then swapping them back.
Yeah. You're processing all that stuff. You're talking about it. And in your head, it's probably done. Because this is what I do. I'll be like, all this stuff. Like, I'm looking over here. You can't see, but I have all these flannels that I've like haven't used yet and I'm about to. And I can see them. They're done in my head. So it's almost like, it's almost frustrating because I'm like, it's already done, but I have to do it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you talk about it so much and then you're like, well, here's the deadline. Let's do it. Let's knock it out. But you've done it 100 times in your head.
Mm-hmm. That is kind of how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. I understand.
and it's really bad because I'll procrastinate so long. And then when it's time to do it, it'll be like 3 in the morning. And I'll just wake up and I'll be like, well, I guess I'm writing that report right now, aren't I? Because I'm up and I'm thinking about it. And it's perfect in my head. I like wake up when it's like ready and then I just do it. So, okay. Well, I'm glad to know that it's not just me.
No, it's not just you.
Sometimes I feel nuts because I'm like, this is not normal. Like, I know it's not what people do. My husband, he makes a list and then he goes down the list and he'll be like, oh, the next thing is we have to work on this. And I'll be like, but I don't want to do that. And he'll be like, but it's the next thing on the list. I'll be like, so? Like, it's just this totally different. I know I make him nutty too because
he's like
so
obsessive
different.
Compulsive and you're like the others. No,
he's not obsessive compulsive, but he has the ability to write a list and then be like, oh, well, we need to do this next. And I'll be like, but I don't want to. And he'll be like, but we have to, it's the weekend. We need to like, mow the lawn and do this and that and whatever. And I'll be like, but I don't feel like it. He'll be like, but we have to.
I kind of work I'm learning to, and I'm enjoying it actually very much. Working in a mix of those. So I have like all the crazy things and I'll just write them all down. I'll make that list, but the list is fluid and always moving and changing. So like, if there's something that has to be done and I don't get to it, as long as it's not like a time thing, you know what I mean? Like then you're screwed if you miss that. You're just like, well, I guess.
Yeah, that's never good.
But then that becomes a priority issue and you prioritize that. But the rest of it, like it can get shuffled around and moved around. And if you change it up and you don't get frustrated, like that list is there to keep you accountable, but it's not there to own you. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I've just never been the type of person. Like I found that like brain dumps are really handy. Like, because I'll have so many things in my head that I'll just write it all down. And it'll be like stupid stuff. And if anybody else read it, they would be like, this is what you're worried about? Don't worry about it. All right. That's what was in my head. It's like,
I will sometimes do to-do lists at work. I'll just grab a piece of paper and I'll start writing, be like, put that in your phone. I'm like, no, if I put it in my phone, it'll get lost. There's a piece of paper right here. And I'm like, I wonder sometimes if like people walk over and they're like, this is not a work list because on this list you have written, random task, person's name, other random task, a store name.
Yeah,
I have.
That's how my brain is. And so when you put it all down on paper, you're like, oh, wow, look at all that stuff.
Yeah, I literally have 3 different planners. Like I have
Me
a
too.
big planner, and then I have a little one I take with me, and then I have my phone, and then I have notes in my phone. But it all seems to work out in the end.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, it's I I think that all creative people to some extent are like this though.
Crazy?
Because I don't I didn't mean crazy. I meant like that kind of scattered. I mean, like, I know that the way I procrastinate is kind of a severe form of it, but like, I think all of us to an extent have a little bit of I don't know. I think you can't be quite like writing down every task and checking them off and be creative. Or maybe some people can, but that just boggles my mind.
Yeah, I think that's like you're in a box then. You have to follow all the rules, and that reduces your amount of creativity because you have to do this, and you don't have room to think outside of this.
But
and
it
this.
does increase your performance. So if you can manage it, hats off.
Yes, this is true. Yeah.
My kids, you would think that I haven't paid attention to them all day. You know how many times they've come in here so far tonight in the hour that we've been live? Like 3, maybe 4.
Well, I just
They had
finished my hat.
Sorry. You just finished your cowl?
My hat.
Oh, your hat? Let's see it. I'm gonna make you big.
I'm going to try to not stab myself with the needle that's still on the top because I might as well, weave in the ends. But yeah. See? Oh,
It's adorable.
See, that's the kind of
Loose
hat I
my-
was saying you should wear, Jen. See how it's slouchy? It doesn't make your head look tiny.
That's
like
true.
it.
Maybe.
something. It's
Cute.
kind of
Maybe I'll try one of those. But then I won't have my curly hair.
Yeah.
All
won't
my
mess your
curly
hair too bad. Yeah, sorry.
Sherry says it's so cute.
Oh, thanks.
So I know I've asked you more than once, but once again, my brain is not firing on all the cylinders today. So you have 2 more spots for vendors in your thing.
The vendor,
And then you
the
have
vendor
6
space-
classes.
Yes, the vendor hall is their meeting room, and it's not huge. So I have one vendor, and she I just did a show with her in June, and she's like, I need 3 spots. I'm like, I know you do. So she's taking like a huge chunk of the space, which is amazing because her stuff's cool. And then our swap is going to be in there, the supply swap, which I can reduce that space if needed to get more vendors to come. But I don't want to overbook the space because it is only 38 by 24. So it's not a huge room. It's 1,100 square feet. So there's that. But they also said, the hotel said that it would be up to the vendor then to rent the hotel room, but they could host their own private suite. Come to our room and shop in the room if they wanted to. And that is on them. Like, I'm not charging for the vendor fee in the meeting room.
Right.
But that would fall on them to be their vendor fee then, I guess. Or they could
Right.
sleep in the room. They'll just have to put their stuff away and make sure people don't go through their own things.
That would be so. I mean, it would make sense to do it that way, but also like I can imagine like people like rifling through their suitcase and like.
Right? Is this for sale? No, that's my
People
underwear.
are
No, I'm kidding.
so weird.
Oh, those are my own personal skivvies. You could not.
No.
Those are not the ones that we're gonna be sewing in the athletics wear thing. Thank you very much.
Oh.
So
Yeah, so there's 2, maybe 3 spots for vendors, and they're 10 by 10 spaces. So I could even make them smaller if they just want like a 6-foot table. You know what I mean? Like there's room to play with. I just don't want to overbook it.
yeah.
And then the teacher spots, I do have 6 solid openings, and that will allow us to not repeat any classes. I don't think it's a terrible thing to repeat classes though, because I know I've heard from a lot of attendees in the past that they take classes and then they're side by side with another class the same time. They can't take the other one. So if we repeat classes that are popular, you'll have the option to take both, So
That's cool.
we have
That's a
2
good idea.
classrooms. We have the one at Smart Art. They're giving us their space. It's a 5-minute walk. We're going to shuttle people back and forth. I have like I'm renting an SUV, and then somebody that's local said that she would take people back and forth. So they don't have to walk with their machines, because it's not knitting. We have to carry our machines.
Right.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we have to bring our machines. And then there's a boardroom at the Holiday Inn that seats 6 people. So it's just a boardroom table with 6 chairs. So we're going to have a small space there for classes. And then the Smart Art Studio holds 10 people in their classroom. So we'll just have 2 classes. I think we'll have 6 per day and go from there. So if anybody wants to teach, I would love it. Love it. And we're paying.
Cool.
I'm paying. That will also come out of the donations later. We're going to work that out, hopefully. But if you want to come and teach, I'm offering you $50 per class and $100 per day max. But if you choose to have the students pay for the class, like for their kits and things like that, the stuff that they need for the class, then we're going to reduce your price to $25. So if you don't want to charge a fee, we're going to give you everything you need to supply things for your students. If you want to charge that fee and maybe make more, that's up to you, but you're not going to get that much from us.
Okay.
So
That makes
So,
sense.
yeah. I think so.
Wow. I'm still struggling to get my brain around it. And
It's
you're
a
just like,
lot.
oh yeah.
It's so much, but it's happening, and I'm happy, and people seem to be excited. I'm just trying to get the word out more, so more people can come and enjoy, and fill the last few spots that we have. Because I need to put the class list out. I haven't put the class list out yet. I have it together, and I also have a form that will go out to the attendees, where it says all the classes, their description, and then you get to choose what you want. It's not the sign-up sheet, but it's so I can create the class schedule. So like if you did want 2 classes, and most people are like, I really want both these classes, then I don't schedule them back to back. I can schedule one on Friday, one on Saturday. Because I want everybody to get the most out of their weekend, the most bang for their free buck.
Right.
Wow. So you said that you weren't charging people because they had already paid. So like, were they selling admission to the other thing? And that's why you're.
Some of the tickets were like $150 or more. Like they made a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
some people, because then you pay for classes. For instance, my Bonnie class, my dress pattern, is $70 class. I think I had like 14 people signed up for that class. So
What? How
and they
sad
paid
for the
for it.
people that signed up. Like such a bummer.
Yeah, so this is what I mean. It's expensive. Some people drop several $1,000s on this weekend,
Right.
and they're not being reimbursed or refunded. So what I can do is all I can do, and I know other people are coming alongside me, which is very helpful. But I couldn't just kind of sit there and watch everybody complain about it online. I'm like, you guys are complaining, which is fine. You have legit reason to be mad and complain.
Yeah.
But let's do something about it. Let's go forward and kind of fix it ish.
Yeah. No. I've talked about my husband a lot tonight. I don't know, but
because you love him.
But also just some of the things that we're talking about, they make me think of him. And when I first started dating him, I didn't know, like, his one big thing was come with solutions, not problems.
Yep.
And so, like, yeah, everybody should be able to grump for a minute because it sucks. But then how are we going to fix it? What are we going to do? And a lot of people don't have that mindset. And it's something that I've been with him for like 15 years now. So like now that's how I think, because if I'm going to go to him and say, hey, X, Y, and Z happened, I need to be able to follow it up with. So I think we should do, and he might not like my solution, but at least I came with a solution. You know what I mean? And it's something, somebody was saying that I need to correct my procrastination. It's a problem.
It's working for you. Don't do anything. No,
which is true, but being married to him has corrected my I think differently now. I think about like, oh, this is an issue. How are we going to make it better? And I think a lot of people don't have that skill, so it's kind of interesting. You're like, okay, yep, we're grumpy. Okay, what are we going to do now?
Yeah, so it's like deal with your PayPal filings and your credit cards, and like deal with the money stuff, because that's all real and legit. No one's saying diminishing that. That's like for real money.
Yeah.
But what else can you do? What else can we do as a community? We can deal with that stuff and we can take care of our necessities, but we can also still have fun. And you still have travel plans, you still have other things. So I don't know. It just seemed logical to me. And
yeah,
I know a lot of people are really burnt out right now because they are dealing with all that. And there is a lot of the other issues and things trying to get their class kits out because it is turning into a virtual thing. And now they're out that money for, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm not doing the virtual thing.
Yeah.
okay.
So
I was going to ask you, so you're not participating in
I
that?
can't. I mean, how am I supposed to do that? I can't. I'm not going to teach a sewing. I can't do that. I'm a hands-on person. So if I'm going to teach a sewing class, I want to be there with you. I want to be alongside you at your machine. I want to help you. I want to see, okay, let me show you if you hold the fabric, like if you do this weird thing, that's going to help you feed it through better because it's the way it's pulling and it's stretching and whatever the weird thing is happening, it's going to stop that. Like I can't do that like this. You know what I mean? It's weird, you know?
Well, virtual is great. Like Anne and I don't need to be in the same room to talk about knitting and politics, which is what we usually talk about, you know? So it's great for some
Yeah, but
applications,
trying to
but then
teach
other
somebody
things,
to knit or do a technique through this format is
no, we've
pretty
tried to teach somebody to knit over Zoom. It was funny, but it was not productive, even a little
made
bit.
for great television, made for zero knitting.
Now say you have a class and your class, some of the classes signed up and there's 30 something people in their classes. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you can't manage everybody that way. If something's happening to somebody's machine and they're doing it wrong or they're whatever, like it's just, to me, it just seems like way too stressful, way too many problems. And I'm sorry that their money got taken, but here if you want to come, I'm going to teach you for free. You know?
You know, you're talking about like the boardroom and the other room that you've got like 6 students. I teach knitting and crochet to the homeschool kids in our group.
Yay. I taught a sewing class for our homeschool group a few years
ago. It's awesome, right?
It is.
Like, but most of my classes cap out at 6 because that's how many kids I can feasibly help in an hour to learn something. Because, you know, one will get it, one has no idea what I'm talking about. I have to go over, I have to like, and sometimes I have to like put it in my hands and be like, see how I'm doing this? Okay, now you hold it, and you know, like I couldn't imagine trying to teach like new students on the internet though. Like Anne and I have talked about techniques and we're both pretty proficient. So like she can explain something to me and I can understand it and show her what I'm doing but it's, you know, that's not the ideal at all. It's just, I'm just trying to think about how I would do it with my students. It would be a nightmare. It would be so bad.
I know. I mean, I do videos and I walk you through things and I have them on my YouTube channel and like all that stuff. But that's like me putting it out there and then you're on your own with it. But that's not the same. That's
you can learn from a video tutorial, but it's like, but that's it. If you're paying for a class, you want someone to hold your hand a bit.
Yeah,
you want somebody to literally be there holding your hand because
literally
I paid
holding my
for it.
hand
and that's
until this makes sense.
I enjoy doing that. Like I like to be there. I'm not going to do it for you because then you don't learn. And I kind of want you to make some mistakes, and I'd rather you do it in front of me, and then I can tell you and show you how to like correct that. That's how people learn. I feel you learn better when you make a mistake. But then there's also like that solution-based thing. Like, well, why did this go wrong? Let's figure it out. You know, now you know how to avoid that next time, or if it happens again, how to fix it. You know.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm impressed.
Well, thank you.
I'm at the stage of life right now where like something like that, I would just be like, yeah.
Well, my stage of
I don't
life
think
has changed quite a bit in the last year. So I'm in a different place than I was before.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But my brain, I just can't wrap around it.
You're very gung-ho throughout it, which is amazing. So proud of you, Jen.
Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you for having me on here too. It was like super last minute, but I'm like, I need to do something. I don't know what else to do. I joined like 75 million Facebook groups for Tennessee crafters and vendors. I just started like posting it in there and they're all pending. They're like post pending, you know? I'm like, I just need to do something else. I know. Like, just open it up. Who cares about the spammers and the hackers? Like, just let them in.
Yeah. Do you have like a post about it on Instagram?
I've been posting on Instagram in between my own stuff.
Okay.
So it's
Because
on there.
I'll make
And
sure
there's
to
a
share it.
video.
Okay. I'll make sure to share it once we get off, just because sometimes, just word of mouth is the best thing you can do.
Mhm.
So if we can get people, I'll share it to my story so that everybody who follows and wants to can also share it out. So they can find
Yeah,
it, which
you
would be
share it to
great.
your story, then they share it to their story, then their friend shares it to their, and then everybody
Mhm.
knows. And then I'm like, I don't have enough space for you people. You can't come in because the fire
Yeah.
marshal said it's too much. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I will do another post because I have some more stuff I need to share. So I'll do that and then I'll send it to you and you can share the new one.
yeah, absolutely. Just so that everybody can, oh, well, look at Anne's right on the links here. And Amy wants you to this. This is a note for Anne. It doesn't apply to anybody else. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
So Anne's got her marching orders. If she read it, I don't know.
She's
so,
gone again.
No, yeah, she's frozen. She might come back. But I'm excited for you. I'm excited for this Rocky thing. Will you take pictures and like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to take pictures of
Absolutely.
that. It's gonna be nonsense.
It's
Go
gonna
watch
be
Rocky.
super fun. I did actually go to Philadelphia over 4th of July week. I went for 3 days, 2 days or 3 days or something, and I told you I did the tour and stuff. But
Mhm.
I did some videos. I did the steps. It was really cool. I went to a couple local craft stores and handmade item stores and talked to them. And I have to follow up with them. But this happened, so I've been sidetracked with this thing happening with Nashville. But I need to follow back up with them because they seemed interested in maybe having one of their teachers come over. Because I can only physically teach so many classes. Because when you come, I'm also feeding you, so I'm cooking for you, or we're cooking together as a household. Like we are slumber partying this out. It's an all-inclusive event. I'm going
Is that
grocery
one already
shopping.
filled up?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, so the tickets are on Eventbrite for Nashville Nashville's on there. Philadelphia and Austin. So those are both on there. Yeah.
So if you guys are near Philly or want to go near Philly to do the Rocky run, and learn how to sew,
5K.
Run, so run.
Yeah.
Sounds like a blast, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the movies though because I just don't remember them enough. Now you've got me like
getting strong.
Yes.
Come on.
I love it.
Yes,
I had to take all the Rocky music off my playlist because it would come on in the car and I would just be like so amped up. And I'm sitting here driving and I'm like, I can't do this. So I had to take them all off my playlist.
Oh my gosh.
It's bad.
Oh man. And if you're in Austin, you should go to whatever. Is Austin still open too?
Austin, they're all open, yes.
Okay. So there's an Austin thing, of Philly, Nashville.
Yep, and then we do have another one in San Diego. I didn't get to that. That's just a one-day single event. It's in January next year. One of the people following me, she was like, I really wanted to host one of these at my house, and she's a beautiful home. She was sending me pictures, and I was like, all right, cool, let's do something. So we worked it out, and we're gonna host one there on January 18th. But it's just a day. It's not a sleepover event. It's something like that. But she is a chef, and she did say that she would cook. So I'm excited. And she also does sugar art, which we may or may not get a demonstration in sugar art.
Wow.
So these events aren't just for sewing. Like if you wanted to host one or know someplace in your area, like I will do a sewing portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can do other things too. So the purpose of the social club is sewing or crafting and. That's why it's like crafting and the Rocky Run, crafting and the music festival. It's to combine our different interests that overlap. So like you might not want to go for the run, but you might be interested in the music festival, or maybe we're going to hang out at the beach the next day in San Diego. Like whatever thing is happening. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm kind of looking for. Fun, unique things that have an overlapping interest with me and sewing, and then whoever wants to come, you guys can come hang out and do the thing. You know,
that's awesome.
Thanks.
And
it's kind of like our friend Lynn. She does. There is a quilting retreat near her, and she doesn't quilt, but she shows up and crafts, and everyone's very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're a
Yeah.
welcoming community. I don't
Yeah.
understand quilters. There's too much math involved, but they're good people. I'm kidding.
You know what?
Well, no, I'm not kidding. They are good people, but whatever. Anyway.
No, the quilting has never made sense to me either. I feel like my seams wouldn't be straight enough to make it perfect, and I don't want to do that. It sounds like wedding dresses to me. It's too much. I can't do it.
Just like your like line of vision gets narrow and you hear the copters and you're just like,
Yeah,
I
no.
can't. I'm sorry, I gotta
Nope,
go.
it's not going to happen.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. I can't believe you've got all this stuff happening. It's like so much, and it's so awesome. Ugh. Maybe one of these days we'll have the energy to do something, man. We've been talking about it. It's hard because she's in South Dakota and I'm in New York. We got to find a middle ground and
Yeah.
make it
Nashville
happen.
seems like it's in the middle.
Hey.
Nashville probably.
And then we
is
can go
kind
to
of
the
in
Bass
middle.
Pro Shop with
Then
the
you go to
giant
Bass
glass
Pro.
pyramid.
and the Parthenon, right? Wasn't that what she said
Yeah,
it
the
was?
Parthenon.
And the there was something else too. Oh, and the museum for Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Texas Sheep Lady, all the stuff is on her site. Anne's been sharing links to her things
Yeah,
in the
I just
comments.
put Jen's link tree in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, no, my link tree has been taken over
This is
by the social
there you
club.
go. So
Thank
if
you.
you can she's Lil Ragamuffin on Instagram and you can find her. So very cool. And you know what? I was going to say Nashville is probably in between the both of us, but like I said, it's not enough notice.
It's too soon.
I start
Too
the school
soon.
year right around then. I can't be just going away for a weekend. I got to be doing like picking copies and putting notebooks together and junk.
I mean, you can always procrastinate, put that stuff off.
No,
It'll just get done faster
It
later.
will when you get back.
I
That's
really try not to procrastinate on the homeschool stuff because that's like I can procrastinate my own things all day long, but my kids' stuff I try not to. It's kind of
But like that's also the beauty in homeschool is you have flexibility when life happens or things come up. I'm not talking you into the weekend. I'm just saying in general, like things happen. You can.
I know it's just so funny. You got your pitch.
I'm good like that.
That's so
I see an
funny.
opportunity and I slide right in. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, there's a couple of people. Says he wants you to come to the Southwest to teach her how to use her mom's 1958 Singer Slant-O-Matic.
I will be there, Southwest. So you'll have to let me know where in the Southwest. Is it near Tombstone? Because I am trying to think of a way to get out to Arizona.
Oh my
maybe
God.
after January, maybe like February or March. Because that's how far. Like I'm trying to only do like one. I can only do like one a month. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But that's going to be on my list of places. I did just buy a 1968 Aristocrat trailer. So I have, near Vegas. Wait, I'm in Vegas.
Dun. Y'all should get together.
So we're going to have a collab between Cezzy and Jen in a minute. I don't know what a Slant-O-Matic is, but apparently it's a thing that's
apparently
exciting.
It's pretty cool.
So
yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic machine. And there's in a lot of houses.
If you do a Tombstone event, y'all better be dressed to the nines because I'm already like, multiple vest, polka dot, handkerchief, go to this party.
What?
I don't know.
No, that's how everyone dresses in Tombstone.
No.
Everybody is like super fashionable in the movie Tombstone.
Okay. You did the thing where you went away halfway through it again, and all of a sudden you were wearing multiple vests and a polka dot thing, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
I'm just saying that, if it's a Tombstone event, you gotta be some pretty fancy dressing.
That's true. I'll have to think of. Well, we can still do the Western stuff. Like we'll do fun things.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. Ceci said she's got to head to Vegas and learn to use her cool sewing machine. So there you go. You guys can hook up and get together and figure that out. So
yeah, send me a message. We'll figure this out. Apparently, I just like to add things to my calendar, so we're good.
You know what? Good for you. More. Whatever works, man.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, I think that we're gonna go.
That sounds about right.
Because my brain is tired of making sentences. So sorry guys, I've had a migraine coming on most of the afternoon, so it is what it is. But Jen, holy
Yes.
moly, it's been like what, how long? 2 years, and all of a sudden you're like scheduling the whole crafting world? What?
Yeah, a lot can change in 2 years. I'll just say.
Came
I
from the
know.
bottom, now you're here.
Hmm.
But it's awesome.
Climbing.
So check out her stuff. She's Lil Ragamuffin on Instagram.
Instagram. Yep, Instagram. I have a Facebook page. I have several groups on Facebook. Social Club, The Social Club, is a new page I just created the other day, which is the one we've been talking about. There's also a group that I rebranded because I had a general sewing group. So there's like 22,000 people in there just for regular sewing help. And I just rebranded it. So now it's The Social Club. I gave everybody a warning. I'm like, guys, it's changing. So leave if you want to leave. Otherwise, you're stuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that helps take off too.
It's The Social Club like this because Amy, I'm going to make you a mod. I don't know how to, but you're going to be one because you're the best.
Whether you like it or not.
She doesn't mind. She'll do it.
Yeah. So mainly I'm just on Facebook and Instagram. I do have a Twitter. I don't use it very much, but it's there.
Yeah. I don't use mine either.
And yeah, like all my links are in the link tree and the Eventbrite page.
We're going to spread it. She's going to tag Ann and I, and then we're going to spread it. And all you guys, make sure you share the news with your people because you never know where somebody's going to be or what they're doing or if they want to go. So,
yep. And you can't beat free. So, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, cool. Well, guys, thanks for coming. Jen, it's been awesome. Thanks, people, for watching. Anna and I will be back on Saturday. So, we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.